Welcome back to Dirt to Daytona. Well, folks, thought I was going to dominate this season, and yet we have finished in the bottom half in the first two races. Not because our car wasn't good, but because the driver driving the car choked. Worst part was we had the last race absolutely dominated, and then I screwed up. And then, of course, when we were getting back into a good position, we lost a wheel. I don't know if the tire blew, but something happened. We lost control, hit the wall again. Wheel came completely off. I think we had a suspension failure. It didn't really tell us. Welch Valley Complex, we have the potential to do amazing in, but we tend to have a hard time finishing a race without damaging the car. Goal here isn't even winning the race. I have a feeling if we just pay attention to hitting our marks, though, the rest will do itself. Let's get out there, qualify, race, hopefully get everything back on track. All right, I didn't practice as much as I could have, but we're faster than Sullivan, so let's see what we can do here. I don't know what we're going to do in qualifying, but... All right, here we go. Going around the last corner, looking for a good qualifying lap. We smacked a wall in the out lap, so got damage. But, you know, since when has that ever stopped us from driving horribly? Hoping we smacked the wall, not on the right side here, but coming up as we got through this spot, so I was just trying to see how fast I could get around the corner, and, well, I didn't. Yeah, I could have gone slow and fast out on that one as well. I ain't trying to get over better than the 116 we had before. In practice, we had a 114 something low. Our best ever is a 113 something. We're not there. At 114.868, it's not a pole. Might be outside of the pole, though. Yeah, right outside. Big difference between me, Sullivan, and the rest of the group, so should be interesting. Got to keep the car clean. Got to hit our marks, got to not worry about what's going on around us. Let's get out there and do it. Obviously, all you're going to see is me and Sullivan, because we're going to press the button. Row 1 starting. Nobody else matters.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag.
I mean, is it ever a race without us starting off nicking that wall? It's not. That's the answer. It's not a race unless I've nicked that wall. Yep. Good old damage. Not enough, obviously, as we've gotten past Sullivan. That's the kind of corner you want there. That's a huge, nice corner right there. Of course, then I screwed that corner up, but, you know. I mean, we pulled anyway, but I need to come into that corner and turn later so we can go nicely. It's funny. I'm driving a little different even though we have more turn in the car right now, because when I smacked the wall in qualifying, I actually damaged it more. And so I ended up not being able to make turns like that in qualifying. Now we have, the car is loose. We're not tight from the damage, which is nice. So in the last race, we took out to a big lead, screwed up, and it hurt us really bad. So, hey, let's not do that this time. We got a little dink and damage on the first lap, as we do, actually on the first corner. But as far as the rest of this, There's no reason for us to mess up. There's no reason for us not to just pay attention to our marks, glance up at the relative every once in a while. Let's see if we can do this one here. See, to me, that's better. That's a lot better. Just remember, in our first two races, although we did very poorly in the final result, we started like this, so I just have to keep reminding myself, even when we get into lap traffic, if that happens, which it should, to just pay attention, do better. If you can hold this one. Yeah. Oh, nice. Wait a little bit. Downshift, tap the brakes. Nope, ran it wide. I was trying not to go on the brakes at all really there, but you definitely have to. I was wondering if I could slow down enough with the downshift. The answer is no, at least not for me. It's nice for once to be the one watching the cars disappear behind me on the relative versus being the one watching the cars drive away from me and me struggle. Although, there's two more levels or series in this game, and we get to experience that completely 2 more times at least. In the next one, the cars are definitely not as durable. Trucks. The next part, the trucks are not as durable, so that should be interesting in its own right. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. We were pretty good. We were actually very good with the trucks in short order. The Cup cars, I remember I was vying for trying to get a championship, but I wasn't at that point yet. And like I said at the beginning of this series, I made a change. Went to a different channel that I had where I had a lot more subscribers, but for a different genre of stuff, and it all fell apart. I will never do that again. But, you know, you live and you learn. You experiment. Try to figure things out. What's going to work for you. That is not one of them. All right, here we go. Last corner, trying to keep it on the track. Missed it real bad. I was thinking I might actually get my fastest lap ever there. But instead, we're going to walk away with our first victory of the season. And that, folks, is how you get back into the mix on our hopeful championship season. Let's get out of here. Let's take a look at your top 5 and get on to the next race for this episode. Top 5, Savoy, Sullivan, Lee, York, and Anderson. We lapped all the way up to 13th place. Walk away with just short of $30,000. That's nice, but I know that doing truck stuff is like hundreds of thousands of dollars, so we've got to build that up as well. There it is. This is getting ridiculous. How ridiculous? The race at Welch Valley on March 23rd wasn't even close. I think the outcome was decided before the pack finished the first lap. Tony Savoy took command early and never let up. Let's see where this moves us up now, up to 4th place overall. So big jumps, get that win, get that top 5, obviously, for the win. And we are now less than 30 points away from the lead. All right, folks, we got our win. Now we've got Mankato Raceway night race. I believe it's one of the only night races, if not the only night race of the season in the Featherlite Modified Series. Let's keep it going here with this race. I'm going to jump right out here, do what I do, and you'll see me at qualifying. Well, I made the mistake and didn't practice at all. Whoops.
Go, 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 go!
I accidentally went to qualifying instead of practice. I have no idea how this car is going to even run right now. Feels like it's pulling to the right. We'll have to do what we do here and then use happy hour, I guess. No idea. No idea. That wasn't terrible. Oof. I honestly have no, I don't even know what my braking points are or anything. Alright, well that's not what I wanted. It was a lot of lockup and slow down more than I wanted it to be. I know 20 something is the goal. Well, there it is, 20.6737. It's not the number we wanted. Ugh, 7th, not even good. Well, let's practice now and then we'll run the race, I guess. All right, we've got our work cut out for us, folks. Here we go. Your starting grid. Front row, Mike Hemeseth and Louis Rivas. Rivas up there, interesting. Gray Soros and John Bundy on the second row. Jason Couch and Jason Sullivan on the third row. And there we are. Some new sponsors on our car now on the 4th row. We need a piece of those sponsors so we get a big payout after every race. Help us towards our truck series. First, we have to win this championship even to get the offer to the truck series. So, Sullivan wants to come down on us and not give us the spot, but we were already there, so there we go. Trying to hang on to the car here. Pretty good, pretty good. Feels good. Maybe should have toned down the engine some. Maybe I shouldn't be redlining at the end of a stretch. That might be part of the problem with why we weren't as fast as some of these other cars. That was close. That was very close. I'm gonna stay a little bit in the middle here, outside of lane 1. Yeah, I think that redlining is no good. And I didn't even notice it because I was so concerned about how I was accelerating and braking or not trying not to brake going into these corners, which I'm not doing now because I've got warm tires, which is nice. Rivas out there in front, that's pretty crazy. Ooh. Get a better run and Bundy blocks us.
That was a great lap.
That would have put us pretty much in the lead in the qualifying, but instead we got to back up a Bundy, and we're going to lose a spot to Hemeseth. Not pleased about that whatsoever. Ah, there we go. Just trying to keep the concentration here. Like to have another good race. To do that, we got to be clean. To do that, we need to get around Bundy. He is not. He's not giving up the space, so we'll hit him. Not intentionally. Kind of lost. Well, that's not good. I kind of lost the depth there. I couldn't tell. I don't know how far out my front end is. Apparently, it's a little farther out than I thought. He's in my way, and Hemeseth is driving away because of it. Let's get in here. Look at him. You know what? I hope you hit the wall. I hope you crash. Pile of trash. I mean, granted, it might be his line, but man, we have that run. We're starting to get in. It just seemed like he drove down hard, not paying attention to the in the window, mirror, whatever. Where's his spotter? telling him we're coming with a full head of steam. It's a big deal. I don't know. Can we gain on Hemiseth now? I have no idea. I know this car can do well over 128. And it seems to be redlining at 128, so that's not good. I didn't notice that until now. I'd rather be doing 134 and have to tap the brakes to bring it down quicker than stopping at 128. This is not a great situation here. Hemiseth still driving away. Got our lap cars that we're going to try to get around on the outside. I mean, we're kind of nestled into our little third position here, which isn't where we want to be, but it looks to be what we have today, and that's on me for not setting the car up right. Being that it's a 2-race episode, we're gonna give you some, well, we're gonna try to get around these jack wagons and give you some sped up racing.
Last lap.
But here we go around the final lap here. I'm not even trying to catch the other two anymore, so we're just gonna try to get around safely, and I'll call it a win for not wrecking this car. So we went 2 races poorly, won 1 on the 3rd race, and now we'll finish in the top 3 on the 4th race. Started 7th, finished in 3rd, and I believe aside from winning the race, I believe that'll put us in a pretty good spot financially as well. There we go, top 5, Hemiseth, Rivas, Savoy, Bundy, and Soros. Well, $15,000 is pretty good. We'll take that to the bank and store it. Collect some interest. The weather was clear at Mankato, and it brought some good driving with it. Mike Hemiseth took the checkered flag on April 13th. So I feel like if we run Mankato again, we'll just do better with the engine. And I'll pay attention to that going forward. We have maintained, but there is a 3-way tie for 2nd place, and just 5 points separates first. So we're right in the mix, folks. We've resolved our issue with the 2 top 5 finishes. Our next race is at Elk River Raceway, one of the least funded races of the season, at $25,000 in the purse. No big deal, though. We'll do what we can to come out with the best finishing position that we can come out with, and continue hopefully turning this whole streak around, which has resulted in 1 victory and 1 top 3 finish. Folks, that is going to do it for this episode, though I do want to take a moment out to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, and as always, take care.